Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel and at Bell. Today I'm going to be reviewing the film Mr. Burton. It is 2 hours and 4 minutes long and it is rated 12. It stars Harry Lawtrey and Toby Jones and Leslie Mandeville, and it is about P.H. Burton, the theatre director and Welsh school teacher, who basically adopted a boy called Rich Jenkins, who became Richard Burton. P.H. Burton is actually really important because he's one of the founders of MADA, which is an American acting conservatory. There's one founded in New York. It does also have one in LA, very much like RADA. It's a private drama school for the dramatic arts in the USA. That is how good P.H. Burton was. He was able to leave the UK and Wales and go to New York and America and set this up. That is how good he was as a theatre director. He personally taught Richard Burton when Richard Burton was in the sixth form. He coached his voice, so Richard Burton's rich, deep, received pronunciation voice, yes, Richard Burton's glorious voice, was developed by him. He also told him how to be still, how to act, and basically how to eat. He basically middle-classed Richard Burton because Richard Jenkins was from a working-class Welsh background. What I loved about this film is actually you got the beauty of Wales. His hometown was actually featured hugely in this movie. You saw the mining, and I love the scene at the kitchen table when Richard is with his father-in-law because he's living with one of his older sisters. His older sister basically raised him from the age of 2. And her husband basically tells him, your voice is you. Nobody has the right to change your voice. I love the fact that this film has Welsh, spoken Welsh, as well as English within it. And it really does honour the Welsh roots of Richard Burton. I think Richard Burton would be very proud of that, to be absolutely honest, because he was a very proud Welshman. It's 50 years since Richard Burton died, which seems really, really strange. Really, really strange, but I absolutely love this film. It showed you the makings of what Richard Burton was going to become. I absolutely adored it. 5 out of 5 for me. It was beautifully acted, beautifully developed. Yes, you've got the drinking, you've got the Welsh culture, you've got everything. This is basically Richard Burton summed up, but actually it honours P.H. Burton, Mr. Burton, who wrote plays and wrote for the BBC, particularly for BBC Wales. But he was far more than that. He was inspirational because Richard Burton would not have had any acting career at all, which means we wouldn't have got Cleopatra. Go and check out Cleopatra. It's one of the best films ever. His monologue in that is absolutely sensational. Virginia Woolf is another excellent movie. Anne of 1,000 Days, Taming of the Shrew. The list is endless for the stuff that Richard Burton was able to do. I believe he even did 1984 with John Hurt in his older age. There's some really, really great stuff. Richard Burton as an actor is basically unparalleled. I don't care what anybody says. And yes, he could do plays and quote Shakespeare back to back, but he could also act in films. But the fact that he was able to do both at the time was unheard of. And you've got to remember that Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor's relationship was scandalous at the time. You've got the Pope denouncing them because divorce was like absolute no-no, and divorce of married people was absolutely a no-no at the time. And the fact that they basically, the paparazzi as we know them today, were basically invented by them or invented because of them. So there's so much that hangs on the development of Richard and Elizabeth Taylor's relationship, even though they eventually married and divorced again, never mind that, and then did that Noel Coward play. There's a great bit, BBC have done a film of that as well. Taylor and Burton, check that out. That's got Dominic West and Helena Bonham Carter in, and that's really good. Overall, 5 out of 5, Mr. Burton. It's brilliant. Thank you, P.H. Burton. It's been a blast. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'm hoping to do more film reviews next year because I haven't done as many this year as I would because of a whole host of reasons. But hey ho, that is that. I really enjoyed this movie. Do check it out, and thank you so much.